Some women don't chase, and yet they're never forgotten. They don't scream, they don't beg, they vanish, not with anger, but with clarity. And something inside him fractures quietly. He may never say it, he may never even show it. But Jung understood. There are things a man feels that language cannot hold. Only silence can carry the weight. He meets her like any other woman, but she isn't like the others. She doesn't need to be seen, because she knows she is. Not in a loud, performative way, but in that rare, unsettling silence that reflects his own unconscious back to him. She becomes a mirror, not of who he shows to the world, but of the man he hides from even himself. And that is when the ache begins. The first thing he feels is this, a confusion he cannot place. Not irritation, not desire, something deeper. As if a part of him is being called out of hiding, a part he never agreed to show. Carl Jung called it projection. The psyche's way of disowning the parts we refuse to see and placing them onto others. She doesn't need to do anything loud. Her presence alone draws his shadows to the surface. She awakens his anima, the feminine within, the part he's buried under ego, expectation, and masculine pride. He finds her mysterious, intoxicating, a little dangerous, but it's not her that stirs him. It's what she makes him feel about himself. The second thing he feels is fear disguised as control. He pulls away, he jokes too much, he disappears for days without reason, and she notices but she does not chase. He thinks he's in control, but beneath it he's afraid, not of her leaving, but of her seeing. You see, a woman rooted in her feminine magnetism, who knows how to hold herself without reaching, is unbearable for a man still ruled by unhealed wounds. Because she doesn't fill the space for him, she waits in it, and that space echoes loudly. His ego screams for validation, but she gives nothing away. She isn't withholding out of pride, she simply doesn't trade herself for crumbs. She is the woman who has done her own shadow work. And so she sees through the performance, the ghosting, the inconsistency, the subtle manipulation. She sees it not as rejection, but as the wounded boy behind the mask of the man. And instead of fixing him, she steps back. The third thing he feels is regret, but it's delayed. It comes after she's gone, after the silence lingers too long, after the other women he dates feel too easy, too loud, too empty. He remembers her not because of what she gave, but because of what she didn't need. She didn't beg for love, she didn't compete, she didn't collapse to fit his comfort. And it's in that realization he sees the one thing he never admitted, that he wanted her more because she could walk away. She didn't walk away to teach him a lesson. She walked away because she had already learned hers. She knew that feminine power doesn't lie in chasing approval, it lies in embodying worth, in seeing clearly, in staying soft, but never small. Jung spoke of individuation, the painful process of becoming whole, not by merging with another, but by confronting our own brokenness. And she, the woman who no longer confuses emotional chaos with love, embodies that wholeness. She is no longer trying to save anyone. She is simply choosing herself. The same man, now alone, scrolling through her old messages, the screen reflects in his eyes. She hasn't replied in months. He types something, deletes it, looks away. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more. And that is what he'll never admit, but he'll feel it forever.